Alright. Hello everybody, Frouwo here. Going to be bringing you the grand finals of the G League 2013, finishing up in January. This tournament is DK going to be playing against Invictus Gaming in this best of 5. So I'm going to get started right now into the bans. First out from DK going to be the Dragon Knight, then the Storm Spirit, the Chen, and Pugna. Bans out from Invictus Gaming thus far are going to be the Outer World Destroyer, the Enchantress, the Io, and the Shadow Demon. DK so far picking up the Alchemist, picking up the Invoker, picking up the Nyx, as well as the Lone Druid. And Invictus Gaming picking up so far the Prophet, the Rubik, the Visage, and the Lifestealer. So IG looking to, or both teams actually looking to take the early advantage in this series. It is a best of 5, and there is a lot on the line here for both teams. Both teams having a lot of girth in the Chinese scene, and certainly losing this tournament would put them off. Although lately there has been rumors that Invictus Gaming will, nearly confirmed now I believe, Invictus Gaming will be losing a player. I do believe Faith, their drafter, currently is going to leave the team as the Chinese New Year rolls around. DK in the meantime going to be a-okay in terms of that. Their team very stable, will not be changing at all, but it's DK bidding out the puck, IG bidding out the Bane, and both teams again looking for all the respect that comes with winning this league. But as far as picks go from DK, the Invoker, something noticeable, we're going to see a Mushi Invoker, Mushi being one of the better Invokers, especially in, well, I'm not sure. Mushi definitely plays a wide array of heroes, so his Invoker probably pretty good. Ferrari also good Invoker, but Invoker working wonders actually in the Western scene right now, so we'll see if it translates over to the Eastern and Chinese scene. But Shadow Shaman, last pickup from DK, Beastmaster, the last pickup from IG. So IG picking up that Beastmaster, actually a very interesting hero to be picked up here, as his really appearance rate and how often he's drafted and such hasn't been too impressive in the past couple of months. All of course does go through BKB, is a very long disable, really allows a hero to be blown up near instantly. Shadow Shaman having that ability to Roshan at level 6, so we'll see if DK does that. Gonna certainly look like they're gonna go for an early Roshan with the reduction from Alchemist, as well as the Lone Druid there. And IG just picking a very strong kind of mid-game pushing lineup, I feel. Not looking... They can fight pretty well as well. I mean, it's a Lifestealer, dude. Lifestealers are always going to do well. And we're going to have a pause up from DK as someone seems to have disconnected. But we're going to go over to IG side now, and got some characters on the screen. Do not know what they mean. Hopefully it does not mean remake. That would be very disappointing. However, on IG, so far we have Banana playing that Rubik. We have How playing the Lifestealer, YYF on that Prophet, and have Ferrari on the solo mid DK, or not DK. Oh, he's just been playing DK so often recently, I just slipped a bit, but playing the Beastmaster rather, and Faith gonna be on the Visage, so I'm gonna have to wait for DK to choose the heroes and spawn in. But in the meantime, certainly gonna have to see how, well, seeing Burning play the Lone specifically really puts me in a little bit of fear for IG. Burning, of course, one of the legendary carries. A lot of pressure probably gonna be put on him in that top lane if he ends up going there to shut him down, as really he can farm insanely fast. And once he gets to that point where he's 6 slot on the bear and the 6 slot on the Druid comes afterwards, it just gets to a point where it's insane, and having all that gold really just gonna allow him to do so much. IG are going with a much safer, more conventional pick in the Lifestealer. A hero that doesn't need to build BKB, doesn't have to worry about the magic immunity, goes away pretty easily, pretty quickly. And otherwise, going with two very standard supports in the Visage and the Rubik. Faith plays a very nice Visage, Banana a very nice Rubik, so really no problem there. Beastmaster though, gonna have to prove his worth in this game, I feel. Once he gets around level 6, he can certainly gank very well. Well, once he gets level 6, he'll certainly be able to gank very well with the roar, with the axes, and DK will be looking around at that point. But really, I just don't feel he's the best hero for the mid role. TA certainly could have been something better for Ferrari. Ferrari feels a better player when he has a hero that can do so many more things, that can be micromanaged in so many different ways, but IG just really not doing that. They really just enjoy giving him quote unquote solid and safe, solid and safe mid heroes like the DK. But it seems as if this pause is going to go on for just a little bit, as someone's getting their computer fixed. So I'm just going to skip to the next portion of the game. Jeez, let's see what happens. And we're off. So, DK pushing a couple smokes on their heroes. So let's get started with the introductions. Mushi actually not going to be playing that invoker. It's going to be an Ice invoker, I believe. Yes, indeed it is. So Mushi going to be playing that Nyx. Support Nyx. Or, no. It'll be interesting to see how this is actually lanes. But Lanham on the Alchemist, Mushi on the Nyx, MMY on the Shadow Shaman. Ice going to be playing that solo mid invoker. And Burning on his lone druid, giving a lot of tangos to his bear. Spotting out the treant from YYF. And DK doing a little bit of warding, blocking that small pole camp for IG, as well as placing a rune / lane safety ward down over here. So it seems Mushi going to be farming up on this bottom lane, likely with Lanham and MMY. Gonna be fun for them. Looks to be a... No, looks like YYF will be solo on this lane, and IG will have a tri-lane top as Banana now going to rotate up there. However, that seems to be the same for actually DK as how Lanham and MMY going to rotate towards the top lane. But obviously not going to make a couple stops in the woods first. Bear being harassed by Faith. Obviously cannot attack Burning, or cannot attack How as well as Faith, as it is too far out of range at this point. The bear though, actually in a lot of trouble here, 400 health. But in the meantime on mid, DK looking to gank up Ferrari. Ferrari already moderately low, being harassed down pretty quickly by Ice in this lane. And the bear ending up making it away safely, 150 health, and Burning only having 30 seconds on the resummon, so has to wait a bit for that. Jeez, that Roshan courier. Anyway, bottle already up on Ferrari, so no big deal there. And MY Lanham meandering around still, rotating mid back through the woods, all the way down towards the bottom lane again. And Mushi farming up in this bottom lane as YYF trying to do the same. Mushi have a lead as far as the last hits go, so not too bad there for him. And Ice now. Cold snapping up Ferrari. Ferrari taking a lot of damage here just from the forward spirits and the right clicks from Ice, so not the best for him as far as this lane goes so far. Really has to CS with the axes and hope that it gets some harass on Ice in the meantime. And however, going to pull the ancient stack, and Lanham going to sit in the mid. Look for the kill on Ferrari, as Ferrari, once he gets cold snapped up and Isis has another forward spirit, going to be trouble for him. Lanham rotating in now. Ferrari, though, very smartly walking top through the river, and seems avoiding the gank very well. Shaman now has an Invis ward, or Invis rune, though, so Ferrari going to be in trouble here with MMY's shackles going on him. Lanham with the stun now. Stun out from MMY, or Lanham rather. Ice, cold snap, and last hit by Lanham. Ferrari going down in the mid lane, so Lanham and MMY showing their worth for those ganks. YF, however, going to go on Burning with How and company, but just so many heroes there for poor old Burning. Burning going to be shut down in this top lane, it seems. MMY, Ice, and all his friends are going to have to pick him up and make sure that they play well in their lane, so Burning, the fact Burning really is going to get any farm on the top lane doesn't matter. Burning have to send that bear back pretty consistently. But regardless, Lanham teleporting in onto this top lane. Early push coming out from IG now. Fortify popped for DK. My wife gonna harass onto Lanham, breaking that clarity. And Furry Ice trading blows. DK looking to push bottom in a bit now, it seems. And Acid Spray coming out from Lanham. Tower's gonna fall regardless of that. And IG drawing first blood on the tower game. Kills pretty even right now, so no big deal, it seems. The tower being much more of a deal, as it will grant IG that very early gold lead. YOF in the meantime on bottom lane, trying to make sure Mushi can't push too hard onto this tower. The siege creep already doing a bit of damage to it. And it seems IG smoking up. Banana, Faith, gonna go towards the mid lane. Help up Fry with Ice, as he is down a... He has died in this lane already. Ice not dying yet. But Banana, Tongfu, or Banana, Faith, gonna go on Burning now. Burning, again in a bit of trouble. Lifted by Banana. Open wounds, Soul Assumption, and drops for a second time. Just really too squishy a hero before that level 6. Naji's certainly punishing that at this point. And MY spotted now on this bottom lane by YOF. DK gonna try and continue to push on this tower, do a bit more damage. Want to try and get even there. Ferrari though, being kicked up in the mid lane. It seems toss from Lanham out onto him. I'm sure the cold snap was expended. Indeed it was. So DK again trying to get another kill on Ferrari in return for Burning. But Lanham now returning towards the spot lane as well as Burning. So we'll see an early tower push, and YYF really nothing he can do here. Doesn't have anything he can do much aside from his right click or his ultimate, which he does not have up. Of course, it is only 5 minutes in the game. It would be really surprising with level 6, but sitting at level 5, however. Tom, for the meantime, gonna be sitting bottom. Gonna spam on the creep wave with his Fade Bolt. And Faith gonna be in a bit of trouble now. Finds 3 DK heroes. Stun up from Mushi, shackles from MMY, and Lanham not even have to pop his stun. Doesn't have the mana for it. Oh, now he does, but was very close to having it before. So small misplay there by the Visage, as he did walk into those 3 DK heroes. But DK now having 4 heroes on the bottom lane. Really how given him free farm this entire game. Sitting on 37 CS now, phase boots, working towards a magic wand, and afterwards likely a drum perhaps, but we'll wait and see, as we always do. And Faith returning to the mid lane. Cool snapped up. Mushi finds an Invis, throws the stun out. and manages to get, oh, actually was Vendetta up, already level 6. So easy kill there for DK it seems. Faith again being blown up. Really, Icy Sight's doing a lot of work on this mid lane. Just using the typical Cold Snap and Forward Spirit's gonna seemingly tear apart these IG heroes. Ferrari not enjoying the lane. He's level 6 and Icy Sight sitting at level 7. And we're gonna check last hits. 33 last hits for Icy Sight, and Ferrari only sitting at 19. However, Roy goes on to Icy Sight. Icy Sight's in a bit of trouble now. Does not have the ability to Ghost Walk. Icy Sight seemingly going to drop here. And one last soul disruption from Vices, and Icy Sight drops. So return kill finally achieved on the mid lane. Faith, however, dying once, trying to do that in the process. Mushi spotted out by that ward, so IG know he's vendetted up, it seems. And Faith, however, still going to play very aggressively in lane, dropping to Mushi on the Nyx. So Faith really 3 deaths sequentially, it seems. But how gonna put some pressure on this bottom tower? Really no threat from Lanham as he can dodge the stun portion of the stun, not the damage portion. And Banana, Faith, gonna try and go in Isis Ice. Seems, no, just gonna farm up a little bit in this mid lane, get some more levels, get some more gold. And some Forward Spirit Harass form from Isis Ice here. Isis, or MMY now having a double damage rune. And Vendetta up, Mushi Vendetta up once again. 3 for 3 so far on these Vendetta kills, so we'll see if How manages to fall to the gank. Push up top from Burning onto this tier 1 top. Has a siege creep as well. How? Land him right next to him. Sunstrike coming up from Ice Ice. Going to be blown up pretty quickly, but Infestant's had a creep. And tries to go and land him, but land him. Just going to be able to tank it up. or How just in a bit of trouble now. Took DK very long to kill him, but nonetheless managed to. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Ice dying to Roar, as well as a bunch of help from YYF and Faith. So IG getting another kill on Ice mid. Lanham gonna die to tower damage as well as a Prophet ult, so not what you want if you're Lanham. Certainly embarrassing to die just for residual damage at a tower shot. Ugh. Not what you want. Beastmaster in the meantime pushing down the mid tower. Already has 1 point up in the aura, so gonna help out with that a bit. And Burning continue to farm up, it seems. Possibly could pick up a Midas here, but not the best of decisions to do so, unless DK really wanted to try and take this game into the late game. And How sitting on those drums now. Indeed, Burning does go for that Midas. Going to try and go for that late game kind of build, as he is extremely underfarmed and should really catch up with this Midas, as no one on IG has the Midas. IG, however, Mechanism now up on Ferrari. We should see the push starting to begin from IG, the pseudo kind of push. And Burning, as well as Mushi in this top lane. Gonna have to see if they can get a kill on YYF here, as Ice. I would say rotating top, but not so much. Lanham gonna back off here in this top, or in this bottom lane rather, and now gonna heal up. Lanham in a bit of trouble now, showing his face and being jumped upon by 4 of IG's heroes. How taking a lot of damage here from the tower. And you get a trade off aggro onto Banana. Tower gonna go down here quickly though. Mech popped by Ferrari, and 5 IG heroes bottom as they push the tower. How going to back off as the rest of IG seeming to push the bottom tower, but how? In a bit of trouble here, going after the bear very aggressively and paying for it as Mushi fended it up and just doing unloading loads of damage onto How. Meantime, Faith, or YYF rather, also dying on the bottom lane to the Alchemist, as well as likely, no, just the Alchemist it seems. Sunstrike probably came out of Sunstrike, probably came out of Ice's Ice, but MMY flying in this mid lane to a wraparound by IG. So well done by them. Burning in the meantime, going to push this bottom lane, or top lane rather. I'm going to TP out. Didn't feel too safe there. And Ferrari rotating in, has the roar. Ice could be in a bit of trouble here. Still no Wex up, so won't be able to Ghost Walk away. And just blown up once again by Ferrari and company, as Ferrari did have that double damage rune that he picked up. Ancient Sworded now by IG, so not looking to let DK get any farm on the Alchemist, or rather the Silver Bear. And making sure to keep a watchful eye on it. Mushi now having his blink. Medallion up on Lanham. MY probably working towards a 4-staff here, I believe, or maybe even a Nectar, depending on how hard DK want to push. Burning, however, still sitting at that Midas and another 1800 gold. Ferrari with the mechanism, and really nothing else in terms of farm on IG. YF now, gonna look for Burning. No, cancels the TP. YF infested up with How inside him. IG in the meantime trying to contest this ancient stack, as they can really do so with the axes from Ferrari. A couple throws and you can take those out. And Wards drop by MMY, as well as Lena popping the ult, so familiars from Faith gonna see how much work they can do, how many last hits they can steal from DK, but maybe in a bit of trouble here as the Wards will be able to shoot him down. And indeed they do, shooting down the second familiar, but resummoned just in time by Faith. But in exchange for this ancient stack, IG gonna try and push the tier 2 mid. Mushi having to back off, as well as Lanham, and it seems MMY himself. And blink out for Mushi. Looks for the stun out on Faith. Misses, actually. Missed kill there for DK, I'd definitely say. Could have easily ganked up Faith had there been the stun from Mushi. And the ancient stack now fully cleared. Not going to respawn. Oh, actually it will respawn as IG's ward now about to disappear. So DK getting a bunch of farm on that, from that ancient stack at least. And let's look at last hit totals one last time before I switch off of this graph. Watch Banana and Faith mid as they meander around this middle. Tongfu with the Alchemist stun. And I'm popping the rage, popping the stun. TP in from YYF and Mushi getting a kill on the Prophet. DK having to fall back to their tower, however, and as Ferrari was coming in, so I didn't want to take damage from axes, and Roar almost up. Mechanism not popped by him, however, so if he had been there sooner, likely Faith could have possibly made it out alive. Lifesteal denying a tower on bottom in the meantime. 4-staff now up on the Shadow Shaman. Gonna be a bit more mobility instead of having to use a blink or having to save up for a blink. And one last check of the last hit shows How in lead by quite the margin, but however, Ice and Burning not too far behind. Certainly not the position IG want to be in with all their heroes, but Burning ending up getting a lot of farm and Invoker as well. Necro going to be up next on Invoker, it seems, unless he is purchasing up some treads. YF next on that last hits in Mushi, Ferrari, and from there really too low to even be too consequential. But IG gonna push the bottom tier 2 tower of DK. I'm gonna throw out the acid spray, trying to do what he can to stop this. But will not be able to contest, really. Banana, however, walking into the mid lane, really. And teleport in from YYF, infested by how Ice is gonna go down here. Roar from Frouwo really guaranteeing the kill. And wards slowly dropping from all of DK. Invoker getting the last hit on the tower with his Force Spirits, I would assume. And tower for tower there. DK or IG coming a little bit out on top, as they did get the T2 bottom with only a T1 going down mid to DK. And Burning just continuing to farm up. Really hasn't participated too much. Really, when it seems he has, he's been more or less the subject of a gank. So just trying to push towers and farm up for that late game, it seems. And Chemical Rage stolen by Banana, so going to be one tanky Rubik there, at least for the next couple fights. And let him de-warding, spotting out the ward from IG. And now DK looking to try and even up this game, it seems. Well, no, experience advantage really heavily in DK's favor. Gold in IG's favors with the one tower advantage, and the fact they've denied, I believe, just all but one of their towers. So the bottom tower being denied, as well as the top one by IG. And Hawk from Beastmaster here. Gonna be a bomb onto Mushi, it seems, and no vision from either hero. I do not believe How has anything. And Ice gonna go down again, ganked up by How, as well as Ferrari and YYF. Goes down in a blaze of glory. Invoke in the meantime, killing Rubik. So Rubik, again, I guess, no? Was likely focused on by Forward Spirits and popped. So missing that, also the Necro unit. So maybe, likely Banana was attacking the Necro unit popped, and he took more damage than he would have expected. Ward drop by Shadow Shaman, just guaranteeing that tower, even though Burning almost had it. So interesting choice of ward placement there. Could have grabbed a Roshan, something like that, but rather not. May not be paying attention to the Western scene right now. May not feel it's something that's honorable. If that would come into question in a Chinese game, I wouldn't be surprised. And Ice is Ice. 1 kill, 5 deaths actually, so. I'm gonna actually look at the last deaths. So Mushi thus far being the star as far as kills go, 5-0 and 1. Faith on the Visage next in line, but really kill totals being pretty even, aside from Ice's Ice, who's 1, 5, and 4 actually. More deaths than Burning on that Lone Druid, which is pretty surprising seeing the amount of times Burning was ganked in that top lane. But I say certainly a target of a lot of hate here from IG. And is playing that Invoker without the Ghost. Well, can do it now, but didn't really have it before, at least to a great extent. Didn't have any points in Wex at all. Hound here, gonna try and harass down Burning, but Burning having the Radiance up now. Great 20-minute timing, especially considering the times he was ganked twice, and he went for the Midas, so well done by him. And Faith's gonna start, Faith's gonna start working towards the Aghanims. Wards in the mid lane. MY killing a IG sentry. And Rubik working towards a Force Staff as well. How gonna finish the Armlet, and now gonna work towards a Basher. And Sunstrike out from Ice Ice Ice, gonna miss on everyone. And Force Spirit's gonna be harassing IG just a bit. YF in the meantime, building a Necro 3 now, has a Necro 3, gonna push down this tier 2 tower. Beastmaster rotating in. Not just yet, but once he does, tower gonna go a lot faster with that aura. London, however, gonna look for a stun here. Gonna throw it out on YYF. YYF stunned up twice now. Mana burn from Mushi. Meteor drop by Ice Ice. Soul Shift out from Faith onto Ice Ice. Going to die there. Faith dropping, and How could be in a bit of trouble here as well. No. YF falling. And IG gonna have to back off here, having 2 heroes down. Banana being next in line. Ferrari not expecting the roar, not expecting the axes even, so not a good team fight for them at all. Losing 3, getting nobody actually. And DK gonna go for this Roshan now. Certainly gonna be in the lead, not in terms of gold, still down as far as towers went, as they had been denied. YWF gonna drop some treants in the pit. And DK gets the Aegis, puts it on the Lone Druid. And How gonna dodge the stun from Lanham. But IG here, definitely gonna have to start pushing sometime soon, because it's gonna get to a point where the Lone Druid is not able to be pushed into. He will just break down the IG team with the power of his bear. Now getting a Hyperstone on that bear. And Aegis down him, so he doesn't have to worry about dying for the next couple minutes. Lanham picking up that Ghost Scepter, Shadow Shaman, Ghost Scepter as well. So that right click from How, as scary as it could be possibly, DK support's already working towards not being an issue. Necro 3 on Ice Ice now. Mushi with the Force Staff as well as the Blink. Aghanim's now out on Ferrari. Roar certainly going to be much more potent now, going to have that insane range and that short cooldown. But How and company going to farm up these Ancients. Basher now completed on How. Faith still working towards that Aghanims, however, and burning, as well as the rest of DK, going to push this bottom lane now, going to get even on that tower money. As IG looks to be struggling a bit here with after the last team fight, so wards dropped by MMY. IG not sure if they want to fight into this banana, trying to poke down the wards as well as he can. Getting 2, getting 3. But in the meantime, should be noted that Faith is pushing out on the top lane. Ice Ice dropping the Necro 3 on this tower. How going for the deny there, but not quick enough. Faith, Banana both being set up in that, and Banana buying back instantly. How actually dropping that fight, however, so IG really going to be pushed upon now, as their main carry How has dropped. Banana dying a second time. How buying back as he sees his team struggling. Going to go on the bear. Bear has resummoned, however. Lanham not actually going to be killed here, as he does pop the Ghost Scepter against How. YWF now stunned up from Lanham. And YWF going to drop. Ferrari seems to be next in line. Actually, Tornado missing from Ice Ice, so actually a root from burning, finishing him off though. Tower going down in the bottom lane. Ice Ice, Lanham, and company going to take out the racks now. 25 minutes in. IG losing that team fight in the mid lane and just subsequently falling apart, as DK finally hitting that timing where Burning just do an insane amount of tower damage, and Ice has the Necro 3, so IG likely to try and push with this lineup, having the Nature's Prophet, having the Beastmaster, certainly going to have quite the potential to. Beastmaster seems to be working towards either Treads or Necro now to assist with that, but may or may not help him, as really cannot push into DK once the Invoker has some levels, can get the Tornado up, as well as the EMP. So the longer this goes on, the less and less chance IG have of even pushing into DK, as they will have certainly a lot of potential just to clear out the creep wave very quickly with the Invoker. Mushi in the meantime, spawning up a double damage, probably going to be given to Burning, or not. No, just going to take it for himself. And land him now. Spotted out by Frouwo. Frouwo throwing the Aurora on him, and Faith rotating in as well as Banana. Land him, going to drop here. Howard, Burning. Looking for a kill. Mushi sitting on the sidelines with the Vendetta, as well as double damage. Raiji gonna chase here, and YOF teleporting onto Icy's Ice. Gonna drop here though. YOF paying for that gank. However, How was on Burning there at for that fight. Burning now dropping to Visage, but Visage dropping in exchange. So Banana actually dropping as well. And Ferrari as well as How want to get out of here. Mushi blinks in, trying to get that stun off. And Sunstrike from Ice missing. And this here 2 mid gonna go down for sure now. IG losing or missing 3 heroes. As that teleport gank from Faith or YYF rather just not working out in their favor. They did get Ice, but Ice respawning very quickly. Not really having it matter as they only killed him in exchange for 3 of IG's heroes. Maybe trying to put him on tilt for the rest of the series. Could be mind games, could just be not 100% sure, but every time they've tried to kill someone on DK, it's always been the Invoker first. But actually Burning did go down in the fight as well. Popping the Aegis. Not too big a deal from him, but certainly not worth the 3 lives of Banana, Faith, and YYF. And both teams gonna farm up for a bit now, it seems. That mid lane, bottom lane rather, pushing in. DK may look to Rax the middle lane now, however. They certainly do have the potential to after they did push down that tier 3 tower on the bottom lane very quickly with the Necro 3, as well as Burning's Bear. But now would be a good time, I guess, to take a look at some of the items that both teams have. Probably really not picking up anything since we last discussed. Vanna getting closer and closer to that 4-staff Ferrari though. Gonna go solo onto Ice's Ice there. YYF actually teleporting in. However, Ferrari falling, or YYF falling, How coming in afterwards now, and infesting in the Necro Creep. Banana now in a bit of trouble, shackled up by MMY, and stun missing from Mushi. Banana surely going to drop here though, and How? Leaving the Necro unit, and IG's going to call GG here, after losing those, or just suiciding into DK and losing like 3 heroes for every 1 hero they would kill. Just certainly not something they want to try and play behind with, or doing rather. So DK gonna take this first game about 3 minutes in. IG just too far behind to try and rebound. Their push in late game or mid game rather wasn't enough. The tower gold not going their way, but just not being able to snowball it into a victory. DK getting too much farm up on the Lone Druid as well as Invoker, and DK winning this game 1 of this best of 5. And yeah, this is game 1 of the G League Grand Finals. I'm Frouwo. Hope you enjoyed my cast. If you really did like it, like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff that you do if you enjoy casts. If you didn't like it, I always appreciate constructive criticism, so contact me via Twitter, via YouTube, all that kind of stuff, and give me some advice, and I'll try and work on that for you. But anyway, again, thank you for watching. This is Frouwo, and I will see you guys in game 2. Bye.